How's everything going, man?
Uh-huh.
All right, buddy. Well,
I wish you guys could give me a little more time to, I don't know, prepare or anything. I was just uh, out here at my house and
Oh God.
that's a small table, buddy.
Yeah, that's a little.
that oh, I'm sorry. I was sorry. I just all my accomplishments in the background. I
Is
don't
one
know
of
you.
one of
I don't
those.
know you. Oh, you want a tour? Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, show us what you got there.
Give me a walkthrough of Dan's life.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Here you go. Bowling league, league high average. That was a patch I received. I was the FIFA defensive player, top 100 in the world.
Okay.
Couple flag football.
Is that
couple
those
medals.
participation or they give them to everybody
I
or
know. No. This one was the. I believe I had interceptions. Returned to the house, I believe. Let's see, quarter dash, triathlon. Not sure if you guys are familiar with that. Uh, I don't know. This is a high school. Oh,
oh
sorry, championship ring, football, no big deal. Uh, yeah, just a couple of things here and there. I just,
that's just you and your humble abode, huh?
I apologize. I didn't know, where I was gonna do this though.
For honestly, for a second, I thought you were sitting down like on a workout bench. I'm like, whoa, I know that's not right. Hold on.
This is just my office, but I just didn't. I didn't figure I had so much stuff in the background. I apologize, guys.
It's all good, buddy. You're
That's
good.
okay. Welcome to the channel, Dan. Obviously,
Here with Crank 1 and Crank 2. So I mean, we love to have you, Dan.
yeah.
well,
Currently, the
thank
channel
you
is
guys
called
for inviting
Pirate
me.
Fishing, but we're gonna be editing that pretty soon. So yeah, basically, we just want to kind of recap.
Are you guys gonna edit my stuff, or is that my introduction to my achievements?
We'll
Is
blur,
that
we'll blur it out.
We'll
don't worry.
blur it out. We'll just get just the goods.
sorry, I apologize for all that. It's just like vomiting all my accomplishments. Like you guys, sorry, I apologize.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So basically, we're just gonna recap a little bit of the Blanco Classic of 2020. If you are ready for that.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Want to hit him with the question?
Yeah. So I guess we wanted your thoughts on how do you think you did this year? Just an overall like your
Ah,
opinion of how do you feel like you did this year?
ah, well, I started. I started very shaky. I wasn't prepared. I think I didn't have a lot of lures. It was just a hot mess. It was just the perfect storm. Um, didn't have my stuff. I had a stomach flu the day before. Just a lot of stuff happened before. Oh, as a matter of fact, I was sick for like three, the first 3 days.
Oh
Uh,
man.
that was
So
tough.
so
And
do you feel like you didn't have your stuff? Did you just not go get stuff prior, a few weeks prior? Did you not shop before or what happened?
I just thought that just because I had my red worms and one spinner bait and one of everything, I was ready. I went to Bass Pro Shops and I bought some stuff and I forgot them at home.
Oh, you
Okay.
forgot them at home.
So,
Oh, all
that
right.
actually goes into the
Oh,
question is on what went wrong. So, do you feel that you focused in the year of 2020? Do you feel like you focused too much on your outfits and not your gear?
outfits are important. Definitely. I don't know if you guys know, but if you look good, you play good. That's my motto. And always will. Uh, I just have to pair the nice tank with that nice hat with a nice rod. You know what I mean? So they're all important, especially is it 70 degrees? Is it 80? Is it too heavy in the morning? What can it's a difficult process, but I make it work for sure.
So
I,
do you feel like you didn't dress very well just by your performance, or what do you think?
no, I dressed the part. Don't get me wrong. Just I guess it was just luck.
Okay.
Okay.
It was just luck. It was just a lot of uh, it was the lures, it was the timing. I got sick, and then you know the little stuff I had, I turn around and everybody has them, but no big deal. Let's not talk about that. Let's just go let's pass that one. Um, Nick, anyways,
You okay there?
so
You need some
yeah,
water.
choked a little. But yeah, I just, you know, I
Mhm.
believe the biggest fish he caught was on the chatterbait. Yeah, yes, I think so. That's correct.
Okay. Um,
Um,
so what would you, if you could go back, minus being sick, because you can't really change that. That was just, the luck of the draw on that one. What would you do different if we could go back?
um,
I'm sure
I
bring your
don't know.
stuff.
Maybe some more
Well,
vitamin
yeah,
D. I mean,
more vitamin D. Yeah, yeah, I guess. No, I think it was just, I don't want to make excuses. It was all me. I didn't have the right equipment, didn't have the lures. I didn't have anything. I just thought that, without even trying, I was get second, third, no big deal. But now I think everybody raised their game. So I think for the first time in my life, I figure I was behind on that.
okay.
I was behind, and maybe
Jump,
I need to step it up a little bit. I was
jumping on
under.
that comment you said, were you aiming for second, third, knowing
Ooh,
one was probably out of reach?
no, I always in for first. I'm always at, you know top three. Sometimes I'm in the lead out of the get go. So
That's
uh,
true.
Yeah, very true. Very accurate.
And maybe for future, Dan, maybe make a list, a checklist. You know what I mean? Like what you have, not like for the trip, like what you have in the car that morning, you know what I mean? Of like the lures, the rods,
Yeah.
the clothes,
Check
the
it off every time you put something in the
yeah,
car.
and then you won't forget, 2 bags worth of lures and stuff. It might
yeah,
help.
for
Just a food
sure,
for
for
thought.
sure. Got it. No, yeah, the pack 2 days before the trip is just more the lures that I got to remember. Um, but no, I have it. I
Okay.
have it done. I have it ready. And as a matter of fact, I got a suitcase. Can't say much about it. I can't really talk about it classified, but I do have something special this year for sure.
Plan. Okay.
Well, I hope you don't forget it this year for
Yeah.
sure. It'd be unfortunate to
Nope,
admit the big secret.
Okay.
I got it.
So we're coming up on 2020, 2021. We're already here. We're just a few months away. Overall, in general, besides obviously catching more fish, what do you think would make the trip even better? What can we add to the to the trip to make it even better than what it already is?
Oh, I think the trip is amazing already.
So
I
there's
think
nothing
this
you
is
would change or want to tweak a little bit?
Or something you want to implement or anything, any thoughts?
not really. I think the rules are set correctly. I think what we need to do, and we're doing this year, is just changing scenery. We need to change places, change the lake.
Yep.
So we're doing that. I think that's going to be great. So that's an improvement. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's not really much. It's just,
Right.
you just gotta get just prepare yourself, and you can just show up and start flinging it. You can't do that. You just gotta your homework and prepare. Like I've been doing some stuff, looking at the lake, the depth, all that stuff. Uh,
So
water temperature.
Okay.
we'll touch on that topic in a second, but we have a question for you.
So there was a video released sometime last year. Do you feel this video was of each and everyone's projections? Do you feel like your projected rank was accurate, inaccurate? I mean, depending on where you ended out this year, how do you feel like you were where you should have been? And
As well as the overall projections for everyone, do you feel that they were pretty accurate?
Well, first of all, you guys' math blows my mind. Second of all, the percentage doesn't even has to go to 100. Anyways, yeah, I gotta say mine was a little low. 37% was a little low, especially since I finished top three, pretty much top three.
where
So
did we project you to be?
third.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But you know,
Just
with
thought I'd check.
yeah, no, I figured like I would should at least get second place. But whatever, we'll change things. New lake, new place,
You
new champ. That's how I see things.
can-
Okay, so here's a question for you. So last year, the predictions were Eric 1, me 2, you 3, Joe 4, Nick 5, Matu 6. Not in the places that we were gonna end up, even though it was pretty much that. But in the chances of winning first place. So going forward into this new year, new place, do you feel the projections should change at all? Like, should someone be higher? Should someone be lower?
Definitely. I think
Mhm.
I should be within one or two, always fighting for top spot. Adrian, I think you should be at top, maybe three, four. But it doesn't matter. It's just difficult to really say that because it could, I you know, one spinner bait can change the whole game. So it, yeah, it just it's crazy. But I would just say deserves more credit. Joe up there, uh, yeah, I mean it's tight. It's a tight race, but I would just say they're pretty accurate. I would just say, just speaking for myself, third place is decent, but you know, I think let's have a little more respect. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So on that note, you said that. A side question: do you feel like next year, this coming up year here, are you gonna leaning towards the big fish as a side pot or included in the weight as a little side question for you?
Include it in the weight. Why not? If it's within
Okay.
the if it's within the guidelines, the requirements, you should put it
Okay.
in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you just
why
seemed a
not?
little uneasy or salty about the spinner bait thing. That's all. So I didn't know if your thoughts were to include it or, and considering, I don't know if you've done your research yet. This lake we're going to does hold some
Big-
some nice solid muskie. So I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like we're gonna encounter some out there, and I didn't know what your thoughts were, if you wanted to include it or do a strictly bass in northern, and then have the big dogs be in their own group.
No, I don't. I'm a game player. So if I catch a big one, I shouldn't get penalized for not counting it. So
Okay.
I think we just need to set up a some sort of chart. If you get
I'm Yeah,
if
I'm
you get
sure. I'm
a
sure we'll do
certain,
either a conversion chart or something. But I
yeah,
know we did talk to a few of the others already, and they're leaning towards either a side pot or for sure a conversion. But it can't be just
yeah.
included straight.
I just think like if I'm gonna catch something that big, it better count. I mean, it better count for getting
Okay.
number one,
Getting the
getting the
trophy.
trophy.
Okay. And
Yeah.
and see, some people wanted the cash on the side. They wanted the pot, like they
No,
wanted to see the true skills of, the bass fishing, not so much of the getting the wild one.
I won the hardware.
Okay. I know. You got enough of it, looks like, behind you.
Yeah. So
Oh, sorry.
uh,
Also
looking
flash-
back this past year, who was someone that maybe came out as a surprise in their performance, like overachieved in your eyes, and then someone that you expected more of that maybe just fell short of expectations in your eyes?
Besides yourself.
well, I was sick. I would say Matos needs to step it up a little. He has so much knowledge, but yeah,
The
I don't know.
execution.
He just lacks I don't know, like really going for it. Like I know he wants to just have fun and stuff like that, but you're in a tournament. You should bring your A game. That's all I gotta say.
I like that.
Um,
That's a good
uh,
point.
as far as someone that needs to improve,
No, someone
uh,
that surpassed your expectations, someone that
Someone
did
that
better than you thought.
someone that you're like, wow, they did pretty well.
um, well, besides myself, I don't really see anybody. Everybody struggled. I mean, Mata struggled. Joe was up there, but he was missing the and the you know what I mean. then
I hear you.
That's what happens
uh,
when people fight above
So
the
no
weight
one, no
class.
one, no one really stood out to you and really said, wow, they did good this trip. Okay.
Nick had many lures to just sent to Africa for the kids that really need it, and didn't produce. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't know. I don't really think somebody like, oh my gosh, no.
Here's a little sideball here, curveball. Is Lou coming this year? Do you know? And if he does, what does that change as far as the chemistry and what we can expect out of Lou?
Lou, let's see. Lou is going through some changes with his job, personal stuff. So it's up in the air if he's coming or not. But if he does, I mean, he has as much chance as anyone,
I feel like in
especially
fact
on
he
the
has
other side of
better
this game.
chances this place because he fishes for
Yeah,
monsters. There's monsters in this one.
Yeah.
exactly. If he goes to the deep, which we know he likes to do, uh, yeah, it
Okay,
only takes maybe one cast, two casts, and he first plays, and game over.
that is true. That is true. Snoop, what do you think?
So we touched on it a little bit, Dan. What do you feel like from the people that we have every trip? What would you predict in your projected in your standings that like where people would be at or where they should be at, or people should they move up, should they move down in the rankings that we did, or
Basically, just going forward into this, knowing it's a new lake, a new location, new time of year, like going into this. Actually, before we go with that question, let's ask this. It's a new time of year. We're going essentially pre-spawn fishing. How comfortable are you in that kind of time of year in fishing? Are you, because
Oh,
as I kind of try to recall, you usually go out fishing a little later in the year. Cold is not usually your niche, let's
mhm.
call it. So how is that going to affect you going into the pre-spawn when things are going to be a little cooler?
Oh God, I've been waiting for this moment. For very knowledgeable at brief type of lures, colors, water temperature. I've been doing my homework, and my search team has been doing phenomenal on getting me the lures I need, uh, and mapping out uh, the spots on that lake, 3 lakes, or could be 7, but I'm gonna stick with 3. Sorry, I don't want to give them too much
Yeah.
information, but uh, yeah, I am, I'm
you're
ready to go.
you're feeling confident?
I
Where,
am
where do you
ready.
see yourself
Ready.
this where do you see yourself in the projected, this upcoming year in this comfortability level that you're feeling right now?
Give us a top four.
I
What you think
will.
is going to happen?
Well, let me just start with myself, of course. I will be disappointed if I finish second.
Okay.
Okay, so you first. What about second, third, and fourth? Just to
Yeah,
just
like,
to
like who do you think is going to really put up a
Hmm.
fight for that?
we're gonna give you a run for your
Uh,
money. And this is the pre-spawn we're
well,
talking about.
oh boy, I got to give a shout out to my boy Joe. He's that wild beast in the cage, just rattling the cage. He just wants to get. He's just ready. So I would say if I put my money, it's on my boy. If
Okay.
something were to happen to me,
The old
but
treble up.
Yeah.
with Joe could take it. But at the same time, I would say any of you knuckleheads could just probably throw it somewhere and probably catch something. So I don't know. So that's always it worries me. But and like I said, it could be Lou if he goes. If he has the lures that he's waiting for to throw for years.
Mhm.
So um, I mean, it's anybody's game. But yeah, I would just say.
Top four is gonna be you and Joe and myself and Snoop. Maybe what about not even
Myself,
Montus, huh?
no,
All
I
the
would say, I
knowledge.
would say, I would say it was me, maybe Joe, one of you two knuckleheads, and probably Lou.
Okay.
Probably Lou. All
Well,
If he
right.
decides to go.
All
speaking
right.
of speaking of Joe, when we talked to him, one of his things he thought is he did too much research. He read too many things. He had so much information he didn't know how to process it. Was one of his weaknesses. And you mentioned that he has a lot of anger, a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. Do you think that will actually be a negative? Like he'll be too excited that he might not be focused?
I think he needs to control his emotions. He just wants to just get out there, and he knows what he needs to do. And when it doesn't do, he just gets a little nervous and just gets a little anxious, and so he just needs to relax and just keep throwing it. Just be patient, keep throwing it, uh, and then just what you know, he should be okay.
Okay. There was a moment in back in the Classic of 2020. I want to just take your perspective because we all saw it. The moment you howled at the moon. Take us through that moment. What were you thinking
Ah,
happened?
Play by play.
Yeah, with that reaction, where did it come from? That was a lot of emotion.
well, that was a just a clean setup. I had on my rod, threw it through the cast. It was just like just the perfect bite. Top water, I might add. I have been struggling with top water for years. Uh, Grabbed it, just thing was just boom, just bah. You should have seen me. You should have seen me. It was just like a one, two, like bend a little and sack. It's like he was textbook. And once I nailed it in there, it was just more like the Ronaldo tornado, just to celebrate it. It was beautiful. I'm just glad it was caught on camera so the world could see it. Yeah,
That's awesome. So time was slowed down for you, is what you would say, something like that too.
yeah. As soon as I was done with the tournament, I went to Heather Ridge. I was throwing the frog. I just wanted to. I couldn't get enough top water. Let's just put it that way.
And you're pretty
I would,
confident with it now.
I would drive 30 minutes. I just need one. Boom. I gotta go home. I gotta eat dinner. That's how serious I was.
Okay.
I just needed that feeling. Crack. I needed it.
So do you feel you've gone from a beginner top water user to average, intermediate, or where would you see yourself as your skill in top water?
With
Oh
that
no, I
life-changing
will.
moment.
Oh, close to being a pro, if you ask me. I cleaned my technique a little. I have a lot of, wish I could show you, but I can't. A lot of lures this year for top
You
water.
show us, we can blur it out.
I can't. I forgot the combination to open that box, but it's fine. I gotta find the password.
One,
But
Is it did it come in one of these?
what brand is it?
this is a Lucky.
Tackle box?
No.
Okay, we got a monster. We got a little bit of everything back here, just to for our fans at home that like this kind of stuff.
There's a mystery, and then there's a six cents bag over there, and then there's a 13 fish. There's a couple. We didn't have a big enough blanket to put them up.
No, it's handpicked by myself. I
Okay.
pick every lure for different situations. So no, yeah.
Okay, that makes me worry a lot less. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. I was slightly worried, but now you've taken that away. I appreciate it.
Huh? Yeah.
So here's another, probably one of our final questions here. Do you feel like our boat situation, this as the individual, which we love and thank you for, hooked us up at a very awesome spot with a nice boats and stuff like that. Our boat situation, do you feel like having that third person sometimes may hinder, or Matus, whatever, having a little X with them, hinder their abilities or kind of makes it a little tougher? Or do you think, what are your thoughts on that a little bit?
Or even this, do you feel like we should rotate people more often, or are you okay with keeping the people pretty much, because we pretty much keep it for the most part pretty standard?
Yeah, I think we should stick with what we do now, but at the same time, we should rotate like at least a day. I understand that Matu's having, it's hard to fish when you're just doing the whole thing by yourself. So it'd be nice for someone to drive and someone to fish for the whole day or part of the day.
Yeah.
So, and it's nice to just fish with somebody else. Like, you have a great chemistry with someone,
Oh yeah.
but it's also nice to just, we're going once a year only for 6 days. So it's kind of nice to fish with someone for next of, uh, for 4 hours. Like with Adrian once, I went with you, Eric. I went with Joe. I think I went with
Yeah.
Matt. I didn't go with Nick. Not on purpose. It just never worked that way.
Yeah, just you happen to take an L. That's okay.
I was thinking now, I'm like, all right. But no, it was nice to just rotate. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
yeah,
we
I
always
would
have a
like,
great time together. Everybody.
right. So I would like to go with Nick one day or with Xavier and Matus, and it was cool. So I mean, but at the same time, like it's difficult because you have uh, that that kid with someone, and
Mhm.
you want to win. So I want to. I mean, if I want to, you want to. Your goal is to go there, go to the hot spots, and catch it. No, it's just different. You guys know, like you guys read each other well. So it's once you have that connection is awesome. But yes, we should rotate, and then the boat situation legit. We got the best boats, two of the best boats, nice boats, faster boats, and Matu's bringing his third boat. I think that's enough. And that if Lewis doesn't come, if Lou comes in, that we got to get another boat.
Well, now will
Because
we be seeing a appearance from
Larry.
Larry? You think Larry will be making an appearance this year?
no, no, I think he's gonna chill.
Okay.
I haven't
His
talked to him,
boat
but I
might
mean,
make a difference.
yeah, his boat makes a big difference. But I don't think so. I think he's doing some other stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna ask him. I mean, I think although I last year he said yeah he was gonna come this year, but if he does, we have a show. Yeah, I mean, and even him has a chance to win. Even Larry has a chance to win
Okay.
the tournament. So
There was a conversation among some of the other anglers about adding, because I know we've talked about it in the past, a team component as well as the individual competition. What is your take on potentially team competition as well?
I mean, we know what the outcome would be, but we're just curious on your thoughts about the topic.
Like, why would
yeah,
that
that would
be if it's something you guys would consider? Because I'm pretty confident, except the year I didn't go, every other year you and I have been
First and
first
second.
and second, or
Maybe.
first and third, but we would, if we combine, we always would win.
Yeah. Hmm.
that is questionable. But yes, no, I would say no. I win. I want to bring this baby home for me. I don't want to share. I want to cuddle.
Oh,
Into
that
me.
no, that
Oh,
that
yeah.
would still be
That's
the
all.
that you would still have the main competition, but it would be a separate competition as a team. Not changing the main trophy.
Yeah, it's just more like a side thing to rub in people's faces. I guess you could say you would still get the trophy if you would win some year.
Are we talking like two trophies here, or just a
No,
side pot, or
just
what?
like a little, side. It's just I think it's just more of a fun thing, not so much of a you get to share the trophy 6 months. Nothing like that.
Oh no, that's good. I mean, a side pot, that's fine. But if we rotate, then that means we have to stay with the same person the whole 7 days.
No, which you can
Right.
you can still record your fish. You're just kind of combining your fish at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, as a side pot, that's good.
Yeah, like I
That's-
said, it would be more of just a fun thing, more of like a
Mhm.
conversation piece, like, hey, we won again,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, and here's a good
Oh,
question.
I'm game.
One, who would you want to choose as your partner? And two, do you think it should be randomized or people get to choose their partners?
No, it wouldn't be randomized because I mean everybody knows who's gonna pick, and sometimes it's not, you know.
Wait, what?
Wait,
I mean, I know like everybody wants to pick me, but then like everybody's gonna pick Joe last or something. It's not fair for Joe. So shout out to my boy Joe.
So,
Um,
so
so
you think it
I
should
just think
be, if we did it, you think it should be randomized or not?
yeah, it should be. It
Okay.
makes it fun because you don't know. You don't that way you don't like it could be
Now,
unfair. If you put-
now our emotions allowed, like, oh, Eric, you got Danny, like, oh shit, like, or should just keep it to
or
ourselves?
like, what if you got Xavier?
Well, yeah.
Well, you know me, I'm emotional. I'll flat out say like, "Fuck, what's going on? We need to do a redo or something. Maybe the app
Redo.
pros.
Dude, does everyone get one mulligan?
Yeah, come on. Everybody should get a mulligan. That's right. Come on. Like, can we switch apps or something? Like, can we do it again? Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good
All right,
shit, good
so
shit.
you want it to be randomized, but you get a redo if you don't like your partner.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a way to sum it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's perfect. That's perfect. So that's actually, yeah. Can we get that in writing?
So it's almost gonna be like that. What is it, like a white Christmas or elephant Christmas?
Yeah, where
like,
you can exchange, you can steal gifts.
steal a partner.
If you don't want it, you can return it. That's perfect. Yeah.
Only
That's a-
once.
Oh, someone's
That's-
pigs are
that's
gonna
You're gonna get Xavier twice.
That's
And
involved. So
actually,
to me,
side question there, Dan. What do you think about Xavier catching the biggest bass we had this trip? I mean, he had a 3-pounder and nobody even.
on top water.
Hey, there you go.
what did he catch it on?
A top water, I
think he
believe
had
it
on the
was.
frog.
It was like a plopper, a frog, or something. But he did have the biggest bass on that trip.
I think it was a flopper. I risked my case earlier. Yeah, I was surprised. Xavier could be good. He just needs to continue. He just
Maybe
he probably thinks about Fortnite. Is he's in the boat? I don't know.
maybe
That boy needs to
keep
just
the lures and stuff in the water instead of on the land.
That's what I mean. God, Lord, yes, yes, yeah. He just needs to put some effort into it. He'd probably be like top 4 or 5. I don't know.
Okay. Speaking of keeping the
can
lures
just-
on the water and on the land, if I recall last year on the very first day, I believe we caught you taking your lure off of another boat. Is that correct? What happened on that?
Yeah. Oh well, funny story. I wanted to curve my shot. I have mastered curving my lure. If I just know there's a dock, I could just curve the shot. Like, have you guys seen what's that movie where he curves the
Wanted.
bullet?
I already know what you're
Yeah,
thinking.
exactly. So I do that once in a while when I know the spot is a difficult shot,
You
difficult
think it
trip.
was
I
just a
have
little
mastered.
too windy?
Right, it was very windy that day, and it happened to cut the engine on one of the boats, and it's okay. The guy didn't see anything. I cut it off pretty quick. So, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm glad that worked out for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good.
Oh.
Any other questions?
It was the wind was coming from the east. That's why I didn't really mesh for that. So yeah, I'm good.
All
it
right.
won't
Well,
happen
good,
again.
good. I think that's all we have for you,
Yeah.
Dan.
Just do you have any random thoughts? Any either thoughts on the trip coming up? Any thoughts on anyone individually? Anything at all? Any advice for anybody?
Individually, how much time do we have?
I don't know how long this will record for.
Just yeah, do you not say what you feel, buddy?
Yeah, I have one question for you at the end, but yeah, just thoughts on in general, man.
No, I'm just happy. I'm just excited. I have coordinated my lures. You just don't understand. I mean, I'm getting boxes delivered to my house every 3 days. It's insane. It's insane. I don't know what to do with myself, but ordering to his website, I really say it. Um, but yeah, it's just I'm excited. I want to get there, but I really want like the feeling of getting to a new place, knowing that this place is awesome. The, the cabin is like shit.
And
So
just the time of the year we're going fishing too. We should all have higher numbers too. Just for the most part.
prime rib, it's prime rib, so I'm ready. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm stoked.
Let's just kind of roulette this thing. Like, if you had to give just one piece of advice to Eric, me, Joe, Nick, Matus, what would it be? Just let's start with Eric. What would advice would you give Eric?
I don't need it, but go ahead. I'm listening.
I would just say, well, I would just say instead of just grabbing a random lure and just chuck it, like just really focus on what you're doing. What fish are you looking for? Temperature, water, whatever. Just don't grab a random lure and just chuck it and get a musk out of it.
Okay,
But-
so he wants you to put more thought and skill into your decision, not just
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Life-
gonna take
a
it in.
life- a life is about luck, but come on, bro. You're just using it all in the
okay.
10 years.
What about Matus? What would you give Matus as far as a little advice?
He needs to do more push-ups. He needs to work on his stamina because something's wrong. I seen that man scoring touchdowns, making tackles, making interceptions to the house.
And
Yes.
he's filling the water bottles now.
Yes, and now he's just just barely going. So he just needs to find his
So you're saying
his
wait.
second win,
He's gotten a little soft.
A little bit. A
Okay,
little bit.
what about Joe? What would you?
What about your
what would-
boy Joe?
what would you advise your boy Joe?
Well, first of all, I just gotta say this real quick. I gotta get out my chest. The
Hey, what-
man cannot beat me in FIFA. I had him go. I was playing with his mind last tournament, and he got a little excited. No chance, bro. I mean, just let's put that away, okay?
Just clapping
Um,
cheeks. We like
Yeah,
it.
let's just do that.
Do
Yeah,
you
but
think-
other than that,
Do you think that it
Oh.
crushed him when I beat him in the semifinals to go to the finals? Like, I don't think
you
he
know what?
covered.
You know, I get a lot of complaints with him about my dig fence, and I gotta say, I changed my soccer team to all ball. Every time I slide, it's all ball, bro. Not a foul. It's all ball. It's all FC. Just so you know, shout out to my team. But yeah, he's healthy. I mean, it's just technique. 100 FIFA in the world. That's why I got this. So yeah. Anyways, as far as fishing goes, he he has knowledge and he's so good, but he just like gets so like he knows a lot, and he when things are not going his way, he's so frustrated. That's what needs
Panic
to work
button.
out.
what
Just
you're saying.
don't get frustrated.
He
gets
pulls out Danny's
frustrated quick.
panic bag.
Yeah, like it's early. I have a panic bag, but you know you pull that out on the 5th day. Don't pull that on the 2nd day. Come on, everybody knows that rule.
All right.
Fine.
So I guess the last question that I have for you, and we'll call it a conversation here, Dan.
Oh.
And I honestly feel like a broken record. If one of us do win this next year, what is going to be your reaction? What are going to be your thoughts? I just feel like every year I just kind of get tired of saying it, but I'm curious what your thoughts are.
I gotta talk to the board and see if we can change some requirements. Just some rules, maybe something to do with something. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. You guys might get kicked out. Who knows?
Just,
I do.
just maybe a specific height or a specific
Okay.
weight or something, you're out, huh? Just like that.
Sounds like you're
First
trying to
of all,
force
you
the
like
standards of the tournament.
Yeah.
right. So if you like spooning with another man, you're out. So that you guys are disqualified immediately. Okay.
So could we
I
talk
could-
to the board about maybe getting a bigger place so we all have buds? I mean, that's not on us. I mean, what do you want us to do? We're trying to do take over the team for everybody. And I feel like now we're getting hit on.
wow.
Man.
We want you guys to wake up without sore backs.
Yeah, we know you needed the most of that body pillow, Dan.
Hey, my body pillow makes the trip every time, and yeah, this year I
Bill is always
actually got a new one. Memory foam this time, so it's gonna work great.
So your end answer is you're gonna want to change it so we can't go. All right, that's not bad.
That's a
I
good
just
strategy,
want to
you know
get.
what?
It's not bad. I mean, if you take out the top winners, who else is left to win?
you
you
better
know?
your chances. Then he moves up to second place.
Maybe they all would tie.
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta come up with something. I mean, but I'm like
We might
more
get
than confident.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just confident that that's not gonna be the case this year. I mean, it's not. Well, I can give you more information about this lake. I've done some homework on it, but you can't just grab a spinner and throw it. And just not on this lake. Let's just say that not on this lake. You need to do your homework because you got to pick the right lure for the right time. And I seen two between two cranks, and I mean I thought when I was a kid, The Exorcist was the scariest thing I saw, but no, I mean this was bad. I don't know what I was watching for a minute. It's kind of like you go to YouTube and you're just watching something like how to build something, and then you end up watching the mermaids. It's fucked up. I don't understand it, but that's how I feel when I'm watching you guys' videos. But yeah, so no, I'm confident that yeah, you guys are not gonna do much.
okay.
Okay, good to know.
Last thing, are you gonna do any fishing before we go to the tournament, or are you gonna kind of start fishing at the tournament? Because last
no.
year, if I recall, last year you didn't do much fishing before the tournament.
Hi, Cor. Oh, sorry. My stuff in the background. Sorry, Corey. Yeah, I'm definitely going to fish more. I have to. I have all these lures now. Specifically, I have 3 lures
Okay. And you have to
on
learn
the
how to
dock.
use them.
That's true.
And then there's a bunch of them in the screens and on the pipeline that I need to try them out, and I just got to look for the right temperature. And yeah, I just definitely there's going to be more. I got to try all my lures, and but yeah, no, I definitely will fish more because I
Good.
have a condition. Um, you know, health
Helpful
condition
hint, make
that-
sure you
Yeah.
make sure you take off the rubber from the hooks. It just as you know, just for future reference. Don't forget that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that has been
Haunting you.
and yeah, no, it's good. I learned from I learned my lesson, and I believe I did catch a bass on that one. So I'm good.
3.
He did miss 3. Yeah, that is true.
Oh.
That is true.
All right.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Dan. It was a great interview. Great answers to the questions.
I love it. Love to have you.
Loved your setup back there. It's nice.
So I apologize. If I would have known, I would have just gone somewhere else. Just just at the moment.
I'm sure it only took you a few seconds to set it up. But all right, that'll be it, man. I think we're good to go. I enjoy your time. Appreciate you. Love you.
Yeah,
Everything.
and I can't wait to see you
All right, guys.
out at the lake.
All right. Love you.
That's right. Good luck. Bye, guys. Bye.
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 Oh, your camera's still on.
Hey, was that beauty pageant?